Today, I'm gonna share with you my best tricks to get your 808 slapping in Ableton Live 12. We'll take a look at Ableton's new Roar plugin, which makes distortion a breeze. And this new bass curve on Saturator is a cheat code. Let's jump right into it. In this beat we're taking a look at today, there are two different 808s that are being processed in a different way. First, we'll take a look at how you can get that classic trap soft clipper sound that you hear all the time. And you'll hear this with the spins, the Zay, and the plug 808s, and any of them that are like that. And the second way we'll take a look at is for those distorted and more gritty 808s, which you wouldn't want to be clipping or pushing that loud. But we'll jump into that more. First, let's take a look at the classic trap sound. Before we start setting everything up, let's take a quick listen. You can definitely hear the difference in those two 808 styles. So the first thing that we need to make sure is that you got a soft clipper on the master so that if anything's clipping, it's not going to destroy our track. It's going to sound decent. Feel free to use any soft clipper you prefer. If you guys want to grab this one, this is the soft clipper rack. It's 100% free. This is just all of my different presets that I like. But this fuzzy soft one sounds pretty dang close to the fruity soft clipper. I'll leave a link for this free rack here, and there's also going to be a free trap drum kit down there as well, and we're going to be using the 808s from this kit, so you can grab both of them if you want to follow right along. Once we got that, let's go ahead and create a new MIDI track, and I'm going to copy this MIDI down right here, but that's all I'm going to copy, and we're going to do everything else from scratch. If you want to take a look at it really quick, this is what's going on. Let's jump into the free Trap Masters drum suite here, into the 808s, and we're just going to grab a classic spins. You may already have one. But we got the Zay, we got everything we need right on deck right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn snap off right away. We're going to go with one voice since I'm going to keep this a mono instrument. You can turn this into one-shot mode, and this will play the note out entirely no matter how long you're playing it for, which is really nice when you're coming up with patterns. But you can also do this in classic mode. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn this fade into 0, and we're going to just shorten this 808 down to fit in the beat well, right? I want it to go ahead and fit in those pockets, but not overlap too much. So if you want to do this in classic mode, you would turn the sustain down and you can use the decay. And if you want to go over into controls, you can see it a little bit better right here. You want it to hit initially super hard and fizzle out. So that's how you can think about it. And I want this to be pretty short, especially because in this beat, we're playing a very low 808 note, but we're going to make it work anyways. Command L to loop or Control L. And that's just right out of the box, right? This one's off. Okay. So I'm going to take this fade all the way back so we can figure out the length first. And this is going to be up to your preference how long you want the 808 to be. Some tracks might be different, right? Sometimes you might want the 808 to play out the full note. Change this to an MS2 filter. It's going to open up this drive. We can add a little bit of saturation. Just give it like a dB.5. And you could compare that to if we added just a dB.5 into gain. But actually, let's also boost this. So now we just want to get the level to sit perfectly, right? How much do you want to clip your 808s? Like, that's obviously ridiculous, right? Let's go back down to 1. What you'll notice too is if you have your fade out too far over here, you're missing that initial punch of the 808. So don't do that. Your 808 will become weak. Nice. Let's listen to these again. That's the absolute basics, right? Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Ableton's Roar because we can add some distortion. You know what sounds really good? I really like this tube preamp. It almost sounds like it's adding like a kick or just a good punch, just a group these together. And then once you have that sitting nice, you can really dial it in while you're listening to it. So anytime you want to add a little bit of grit, you can go to roar here, but let's take a look at this new bass shaper curve. And this is an Ableton stock saturator. It got a remake. So if you're still in Ableton 11, it might look a little bit different, but pretty much everything's the same here, except for this new bass shaper curve. But this allows us to dial in the threshold. So the precisely like how curved is the curve, how soft is the clipping. Anyways, you can also turn off the color unless you want to use this. And something new is if you push this down, you can actually mess with this curve. You can get crazy with this. But the bass shaper curve is amazing. Obviously, you can dial in the threshold, but it balances a lot of things for you automatically. Now, you can get a lot of the same results using like the soft sine, or you could even use the analog, depending on how much saturation you want to introduce. Dialing in the drive and the mix and wet, you're going to get something similar, but the bass shaper curve just makes it so much easier for basses in general. You could play with the dry or wet, or you could keep it at 100% and play with the drive, do something more minimal. I don't know about that one. But you don't always want your 808s to dominate the mix like that. That's definitely a preferred taste. So there's going to be times where you want to pair a kick with the 808, and there's just no way to combo and have it sound like that, right? And other times you're just going to want more of a distorted 808 sound that you don't want to punch through the clipper necessarily. In the beginning of this beat, we played this first 808, and look at the volume difference. Now, this is a distorted 808 that I made from scratch, duplicating this spins channel that we just had. If we wanted to get something more similar to this, we're going to go ahead and turn the dry wet up all the way on this roar. We'll turn the saturator off for now. In fact, let's pick a different sort of a distortion sound for this one. Let's also put this to serial here so we can add another stage. You could also play with the tone. Let's get a fresh saturator on here. All right, I'm kind of liking that. It's a little different, but let's also pull us back a little bit. And I'm going to put this more towards the hard end to get more of that thump sort of back in there. can hear this one's adding a lot of width to it. Go to utility, put this in mono, or you can base mono. Now that you got your 808s on point, if you want to see all the new features in Ableton Live 12, check out this video next.